Welcome back to Statchat. Today's trivia. Contested possessions. The Bulls.
The Bulls.
The Bulls. In and under.
I like this.
Yes.
Good areas.
That's what you need in your team, and that's what we're talking about today.
I like it.
Every player to have 3,000 or more contested possessions in their career.
Okay.
Just total amount. We've got 19 names who have done it at the time of recording.
Yes.
And I'm sending you an over-under of 14.5. I think there's a few obvious ones on here.
Yeah, there's a few.
3 strikes. I'm
Okay.
going to give you.
Okay.
I think you can do pretty well in this.
I'll give this a good go.
Let's go. Where are we starting off?
Joel Selwood at the top.
Joel Selwood.
Yep.
So, stipulation.
Yes.
How well do you think you're going to go? Do you need to pick the spot or not? Because obviously we've got 3 Geelongs,
You
2
tell
Brisbanes.
You tell me, mate. But I think there's
I think it's a bit hard to pick the spot.
a little bit.
Yes.
And you sit in this chair more than I do. I'd like to be in this chair a bit more. So just give me a little bit of leeway. Are we okay?
Yes.
Okay.
You don't have to pick the spot.
Thank you. It's very nice.
So who are we starting off with?
I'll still take Joel Selwood.
Joel Selwood.
But potentially not at the top of the board.
Down a little bit further.
That's fine. Can I ask another question?
Go for it.
The logo.
Yes. Where? Sorry. Yep, that's a good question.
Okay.
The logo is where they've either currently playing or
Yes.
played their last game.
Okay.
Yes.
That's good.
Yes, I should have stipulated that at the start.
That's good because I'm an Eagles fan, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to figure out who the second Eagle was.
Okay.
So I'll go the first Eagle,
Mhm.
which is Matt Prittis.
The first Eagle,
I think Matt Prittis is on this board.
Matt Prittis is on this board, but he is the second Eagle.
That's fine because the other Eagle
Yes,
would then be Sam Mitchell.
that is correct. That's the one where I thought you may have forgotten a little bit, but I know you are obviously an Eagle supporter.
That's why I needed that clarification on the logos.
Yeah.
I think Gary Ablett Jr. is going to be on this board.
Okay.
And I wouldn't surprise me if he's the top name on the board.
He is not.
Well,
actually.
There
we go.
I've got some work to do then. Scott Pendlebury should be on this board.
Scott Pendlebury. There we go.
The top name now comes to me.
Mm-hmm.
I think it could be Patrick Dangerfield. Let's go with that.
Locking it in.
Yeah.
It is Paddy. Look at that. Good start.
Let's take the Sydney name off the board. JPK.
JPK. That is correct.
And T-Boke, I would have thought would be the next name there.
Look at this start.
Here we go.
To a flying start.
Here we go. 2 Lions names.
2 Lions names.
One of them, I think, is going to be current Lion, Lockie Neal.
Far out. Here we go.
And let's give Simon Black a run.
Simon Black.
Yep.
This might be a short video.
Okay. Settle down. Settle down.
Wowee.
I'm thinking the 2 Fremantle names.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking David Mundy will be one of them.
Okay. Locking that in.
Yep. And I'll go Nat Fife for the other one.
Wowee.
Okay. Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so.
I think you can do this.
Now I've got to work through it. The North Melbourne name. Again, I think longevity is a big factor in this list, so I know he's a bit more on the outside. I think Boomer Harvey's got to be on this list. I'll go with Boomer.
Locking him in.
Yep.
That is your first strike.
And you've talked me up. You've talked me up to throw me down. Fair enough. Fair enough.
It's beyond.
Just thought he had the longevity.
I think you still sweep the ball here.
Let's go with Craig Bradley for Carlton.
For Carlton. That's your second strike.
Let's switch on now. Let's switch on.
Come on, Josh.
Okay.
Come on.
Back to basics. Back to basics. I may have to ask you another question here. No, I'm not going to ask you a question because you may not know, but I think contested possessions might be a relatively new stat.
Oh, I wouldn't have a clue when that came in, so
that might be hurting me here. That might be hurting me here.
I didn't look that far into it.
No, that's okay. All right, well, let's just go with the Bulls then. So, Patrick Cripps.
Paddy Cripps.
Yeah.
He's
I
on
know he
there.
hasn't played as much, but I think we've got to go with the Bulls.
Hmm.
And I think we've got to go modern. So that's why I'm going to go Carlton, Mark Murphy.
Mark Murphy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Josh.
Oh,
That's
no.
your last strike gone.
I got overconfident. I got overconfident. And I reckon I've still got a bunch of names here too.
All right. We'll start from top.
Probably Cunnington.
Luke Parker.
Oh, that's
stiff.
That's
stiff.
that is bloody harsh.
Yeah, that is.
Is this one? Is this Brett Ratton?
Chris Judd.
Yeah. Okay.
Richmond.
Koch.
Cochin.
Yep.
GWS.
Let's go Callum Ward.
Callum Ward.
Yep.
Port.
Has Ollie Wines done it enough? Yeah.
Ollie Ones. There we go.
Yep.
Adelaide.
And only just.
Just exactly 3,000.
Matt Crouch.
Scott Thompson.
Scott Thompson.
There we go.
Names were there.
They were there. I don't think you would have gone Luke Parker.
No, that's
That's stiff.
that's very stiff.
Yes.
And I reckon there probably was a cut-off. These are all relatively modern names.
That
so-
must have been, now looking at it.
Yeah, I
yes.
think I should have factored that in.
Well, I was up and about there.
So was I.